Father Hank with Father James on Shybro. Happy Groundhog Day, everyone. Happy
What?
Groundhog Day. It's a great movie. We are going to relive this movie over and over and over again. So, Groundhog Day. Let's talk about the movie. Such a great movie. Bill Murray.
It's a classic.
Andy McDowell. When was it? Early 90s?
Mm-hmm.
So, why do you like the movie, Father? 1993 movie.
1993 movie. It's more of a fun sci-fi kind of thing. It's not exactly going back in time, but it's that fun question of if I had to relive today, what would I do differently? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a fun thought experiment. Why do you like it so much?
Yeah, it's Bill Murray's probably at his finest.
True.
Punxsutawney Phil. It's obviously the scenes are just hilarious. His dry wit, the experience of his conversion, too, and it's funny. The author of the Seven Deadly Sins book that we're doing, we're taking a little break from the miniseries. We could do a Groundhog Day episode here, but she actually talks about this movie in the book with the Seven Deadly Sins. Phil is so. He's really, I'm sure you've seen the movie, people, but he wakes up on the same day over and over again. It's Groundhog Day in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. He's a weatherman, and he always has to go to this town in Pennsylvania and do the same report on Groundhog Day, and he hates it. It's this, trite town, whatever. So he has to relive this hell, basically, and he can't get out of it. And so you see the process that he goes through. So first, he tries to take advantage of people. So you see lust on display. So he sees this beautiful woman. Remember that at the cafe or whatever. And as each day goes by, he finds out a little bit more about her, and he just wants to get in bed with her. And then with Andy McDowell, his partner, he also is attracted to her and he wants to get in bed with her, but she's not as easy to get. But as the movie goes on, he discovers real love. So you have the lust aspect, and then there's the gluttony aspect. Remember that, Father Hank?
Oh, he just kept eating and eating.
Yeah,
just ordering food.
Yeah, he's just sitting at the breakfast, and he's got just this huge table of donuts, and he doesn't care about cholesterol and health. He learns French again to get in bed with Andy McDowell. He starts
piano.
Yeah, he learns piano. He starts daredevil techniques, right?
Oh yeah.
Takes the car off a cliff. He tries to commit suicide. Then he goes through sloth. Do you remember what that is, Father Hank, when he's in sloth? That's the scene when he's playing Jeopardy. You remember that? He just basically he sleeps in the morning. He's all depressed. He doesn't shower. And he's just sitting in the bed and breakfast watching Jeopardy with all the people, and he's got all the answers memorized. And they think they're seeing a phenom. He's just what are the Finger Lakes? What is Lake Titicaca? He's giving the answers before the question is, because he doesn't even go into work. He's just completely given up. There's pride. Remember when he's sitting at the table and he's like, I'm a god.
Right.
I'm not the god. I'm just a god. What else?
He has that great line. He says, what if there is no tomorrow? There wasn't one today. Poor guy.
Yeah. So just such a great movie. But then he eventually, okay, so what gets him, how does he experience his conversion? What eventually breaks him out of this purgatory of living again and again the same day?
True love.
Yeah, and what's the process of him discovering true love?
I think he has to go out of his way to go beyond the lust and to see the person and to fight for the person. And he has to change himself, or he has to better himself. And
Yeah, he doesn't live just for himself. That's what he'd been doing before, right? I just want to get the woman in bed so I can have the experience of that. I want to just eat whatever I can. I want to drive my truck off a cliff. But when he starts realizing it's more than himself, remember it starts with him caring for the homeless guy.
yeah, that was cool. Pops
Yeah,
trying to save him.
tries to save him. Then he falls in love with Annie McDowell, not just to get her in bed, but because he recognizes her inner beauty and the things that she stands for, peace and French literature and all that stuff is not just a waste of time. But remember, like he like drinks her like terrible drinks just to impress her, but then he's like, oh, actually, she stands for something good, something that's gonna make people better and the world better. And
Nice.
yeah, so anyways, that that breaks him out of himself, and he actually was probably living in a hell before he entered into Punxsutawney and into Groundhog Day. What would your Groundhog Day be, Father Hank?
Oh,
A day. If you had if you had to live a
relive.
day over and over again, that was like the worst day of your life. What would that
Oh
day
my
be?
gosh. Probably someday in high school.
Someday,
Freshman year.
I thought you were gonna say quarantine here at the rectory before you could be ordained a priest.
No, come on.
That was kind of like
Not
Groundhog
quite.
Day. We did like the same thing every day.
That's true.
Woke
That's
up,
true, yeah.
prayed,
Lost at pickleball.
yeah,
Lost at Monopoly
beat
Deal.
you down, pickleball, Monopoly Deal, watch a movie.
Go to bed. Wake
Yeah.
up. Repeat.
Yeah, man, worst day of my life. So someday in high school, yeah, I didn't really care for high school either. I'll have to think about that one. Folks, what are your Groundhog Days? Maybe we could talk about that today. But also, why the revelation of Jesus Christ in your life is breaking you out of your misery, and why Christ is made your life worth living. So, great movie, Groundhog Day. Bill Murray, Catholic, and a Chicagoan. So there you go.
Nice.
God bless.
Win.